Hi guys, it's Miss Stacy. So did you know that summer is almost officially over and fall is about to start? And one of the best things about fall is apple picking, I think. There's all different kinds of apples. There's red apples, there's green apples, there's yellow apples. So we're going to do something kind of fun with these apples for our OT group this week. Usually if you're at school, sometimes you have OT by yourself and sometimes you have a group with your class. So this is the activity that we're going to do with classes this week. So apples on the outside, sometimes they look kind of shiny if you get them at the store. If you pick them on the trees, they don't look so shiny. But they feel smooth. See, all of them feel smooth. They're not bumpy. And they're round, but they're different shapes. So this one is kind of round and fat, the yellow one. This red one is still round, but it's kind of skinny. But this isn't what apples look like on the inside. So we know what they look like here. They feel smooth. They look either red or yellow or green, and we know their shape. But on the inside, they're a totally different color. So should we see what color they are? With this really big knife. But if you're doing this at home, someone can help you, and you don't need a knife this big. This is just what we had at school. So we'll start with the yellow apple. And we're going to take this apple. I'm going to take out, this is called the stem. So I'm going to pull off the apple stem. It will come off. Let's see. We're going to twist it. There we go. And we're going to try to cut it right down the middle. Let's see how we do. All right, so we're going to be really careful of our fingers. And we're going to cut it right down the middle of the apple. If you were cutting it to eat, you would probably cut off pieces. You wouldn't cut it down the middle. So what does the inside of the apple look like? The inside is kind of white or like cream colored, and it has these little things in it. Can you see these? These are the apple seeds. Let's see if we can take one out. So these little apple seeds are how you could plant a new apple tree. And you could grow something. That's pretty cool. So this is what a yellow apple looks like on the inside. It's still a little bit yellow like the outside and kind of whitish. Should we see if the red apple and the green apple look the same? Let's see what happens. So here's our red apple. It was bright red and it's kind of tall and skinny. So we're going to take, remember what this is called, the stem. We're going to take the stem off and we're going to cut right down the middle. Ooh, so they're pretty much the same color. They're pretty close, but they look different because they're different shapes. So this one is way tall. It still has those apple seeds. Let's see if the apple seeds look the same. This was the apple seed from the yellow apple. This is the apple seed from the red apple. So they look a little bit different. So we're going to cut one more. Remember what color this was? This is our green apple. So we're going to take our green apple, and we're going to be really careful with our knife again, and we're going to cut it. Ooh. So the way we cut this one, we ended up with all the seeds on one side, and this side doesn't have any seeds. Oh man. So they all look pretty close on the inside. They're pretty close to the same color. But they all have some different shapes with the seeds. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use these as our stamps and we're going to paint with them. All right, so we can see what designs come out on the inside. So I'm going to do 3 colors of paint for our 3 colors of apple. So for our green apple, we're going to use green paint. It's a little bit different color green, but that's okay. We're going to shake it up. We're going to take some green paint and put it right here. Okay, so some green paint, maybe we'll do a little extra. And then, to match our yellow apple, what color do you think we should use? Do you think this matches the yellow apple, or this one? I think it's this one. Here's our yellow paint, matches our yellow apple. So we'll put some yellow on this plate. Put it right here. Okay. And then for our red apple, we're going to use some red paint. This paint is really shiny. Well, it looks a a little bit pink, but it's close enough. So this pinkish reddish paint will be for a red apple. So you could just take the apple and hold it like this, but it's kind of hard sometimes to keep your grip on it when it gets all slippery with the paint. So what I like to do is take a fork and put the fork in the back of the apple like this. So then I just have to hold my fork. So if you can hold it like this, if you can just hold like this, you can do that. Or somebody can help you hold it. So I'll put it in one part of the red, one part of the yellow. That one's ready. And I kind of want to try both halves of the green because they're so different, but I don't have enough fork. So we'll try this one first. Okay. So first we're just going to play around with them and see what kind of shapes they make. So what do you think we should try first? Should we try yellow first or should we try red first? Should we maybe try red? So we're going to use our red apple and we're going to squish this paint all around so it gets spread out. And we don't want the paint to be too thick, so we're going to get a little up here. And now we're just going to see what happens. It's okay if it's not a perfect apple the first time. Let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boop. Alright, that's interesting looking. What do you think? Kind of looks like this apple. It's a little bit upside down. I held it upside down. Alright, so that's what the red one looked. Here's yellow. So we're going to squish the yellow around in the yellow paint and check to make sure it's on all the parts of our apple. It's nice and shiny. Ready? So we're going to take the yellow and we're going to go bloop. Ooh. Kind of looks like a heart. What do you think? Let's see if we keep doing it. If it looks different when it has less paint on it. Oh. See what happens when there's less paint? The shape looks different. If you cut your apple super straight, you can see all of the little different designs inside it, but I don't think I cut mine super straight, but that's okay. So here's our green apple and our green paint. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boop. What do you think? The green one came out kind of good. I still want to try one with our other green apple that has, this one has all the seeds in it. Ready? So let's try this green apple. We're going to put it in the paint and move it all around. And then we're going to put it right here. Ready? What do you think? Came out a little bit different. You still can't really see the seeds. So let's see. What do you think? So now we have red apples and yellow apples and green apples. And you could, if you wanted to do one more thing, make a little apple tree. So you could take your scissors, whatever kind of scissors you use. Maybe you use this kind of scissors, and you start cutting a chunk of an apple tree. We'll cut it across. Or maybe you use this kind of scissors, and you're going to cut around, I messed up our apple tree a little. There we go. We're going to cut up. So remember these scissors, you just push. We like these at school. You push, push, and push. So there's the trunk of our apple tree. See? And we'll glue our trunk on our paper. Ready? We'll put glue on here. Put it there. And if you had a brown marker, which I had a marker, but it kind of disappeared. Maybe I'll use my finger with the red paint, and I'll pretend that I'm making some branches that go way up here. Way up. Alright, so we have all these branches coming off of our tree, and now on our branches we're going to put some apples. Okay? So let's put a green apple growing on this branch. On a real apple tree, it would just probably grow one kind of apples, but for our tree, it can grow all different kinds. We'll put a green one here. Maybe we'll put, remember this color is yellow, we'll put a yellow one here. We'll put a yellow one here. Let's try the other half of the yellow. Let's see what this one looks like. We'll put another yellow apple here. Oh, that one came out good. Another yellow apple up here. One here. And maybe we'll do 3 red apples, and then our tree will be done. Okay, we'll do 1 red apple here, 1 red apple here, and 1 red apple here. So, we have our little apple tree that we made with real apples. Kind of cool, right? So today we learned what apples look like on the outside, that there can be all different colors and shapes, and what they look like on the inside, and that we can kind of paint with the inside and make a cool design. Alright, so I hope you had fun with your OT group, and if you have any apples at home, or really any kind of other fruits and vegetables at home that you have extra, you can use them to paint with and have a little fun. Alright, so we'll do something fun again next week. Bye!